Hello everyone, welcome back to Spade Scout ASMR. My name is Spade Scout, and today I will be assembling a tank, one of three, in this Metal Earth World War II tanks set. In this set comes 3 tanks. The Tiger 1 tank, the T-34 tank, and the Sherman tank. The Tiger 1 tank, the T-34 tank, and the Sherman tank. Today I think I'm going to assemble the Sherman. There we are. Let's just set that off to the side. This set is made by, or I believe distributed by, Barnes & Noble. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. So the box, this is one of the envelopes. It's empty, as I've already completed it. Tiger 1, might show that later. It's actually pretty neat. I kind of messed up with it, to be honest. But today we'll be doing the Sherman tank. There's actually a few little metal pieces. And with this set comes an instruction manual, of course, with the little tool, which I'll just take off here. This is mainly for stamping down things, pushing. Actually, excuse me, I think this is actually the barrel, but in the previous model, I used it to press down on certain pieces because they are very hard to press down on. Let's go ahead and take away this box. Put it with the other off onto the side. And let's lay everything out. There we are. Comes in a number of these metal sheets. Let's see how many we have. 1, and 2. Just 2. But it's amazing how many bits and pieces they've crammed into this little sheet. It's rather clever. So there's our 2 sheets. And of course we have the instructions, which is a bit extensive, very detailed, and very useful. Let's see, they recommend some wire cutters, some tweezers, and pliers, which I don't quite have all of those, but I do have some tweezers, so those will be my primary tool. I'm really just going to set this off to the side and kind of reference it as I work and talk about what I'm doing. Allow me to tools, my tweezers real quick. Let's see here. Not sure I can get these out too easily. Kind of in a tight package with some other tools I have. There we are. There we go. Set that off to the side and grab my tweezers. Take off this little sleeve so they can work. It's mainly going to be my primary tool there. And let's take instructions and look at the pages here. This is page 2 right here. And it looks like we start with part number 1, which appears to be this piece here. This piece. Let's see here. I believe I have some little clippers. Not sure these will work, but I'm going to give them a shot. Got these little clippers here. I can thoroughly conclude these are not good for the job. As you can tell, I am no expert in the ways of metal models. So, go ahead and do what I was doing with my last model, which is probably a bit dangerous, but it's the way I like to do things, and it gets the job done with minor incident at the most. There we go. Broke that piece off. And let's break off this piece here. Come on now. Let go. It's quite alright. Not going to hurt you. Just want you to release. I just like to bend it back and forth, and that usually gets the job done, let's say. There we are. Okay, now this piece should be rather easy to take off. Yes, easy. Go ahead and use this as sort of a plate. And now let's find part number 3, which seems to be, let's orient the page so that it, well, don't mind the noise in the background. Just my ice maker. Let's see, I think, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. This piece right here. Let's go ahead and grab him. Wiggle him off. There we are. Place him with the others. Now, of course, we need piece number 2, which appears to be... it's on this page. It's actually this. Might be hard to see. It's on this piece right here. So go ahead and swipe those to the side and attempt to get out this piece here. Might be a bit tricky as it's in a rather interesting spot. Let's see here. Very interesting. How am I going to get you off? There we go. Just bend him that way. Grab the whole piece, bend it back and forth. Back and forth. There we go. There we are. And now, the fun part. What you need to do is wrap this in a circle with your fingers very carefully. And it wraps around very soft, like just like that, and as best of a circle as you can with your hands. There we go. Straighten that up a little bit. There we are. It's not a perfect circle, but that's what this plate's for. This plate will help it straighten, make the circle more round. So go ahead and put the pins or the little tabs of the strip piece into the slots on this circle. There we are. It's probably quite difficult for you to see. They are mostly in where they need to be. There we go. That's better. Now, I'll go through, take each tab, and this is where I use the barrel as kind of a depressor, squasher, metal bender, whatever you'd like to call it. Because this barrel is actually quite sturdy. And so I use it to press down on the tabs, bend them over so that they stay and lock into position. You know what I mean? Helps them. There we go. Hold on. Helps them stay in place, because if you didn't put these tabs down, then you could knock over the tank and it would just fall apart because nothing was being held together. Because instead of using glue, this uses little tabs of metal, which honestly almost makes it more difficult than if it did have glue. Let's go ahead and put the slots in to the top of the turret of the tank. There we go. That's better. You might be able to see them poking through the bottom now. Which we do the same thing as we did with the top. And just press down the tabs. And it'll lock them into place. There we are. Nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. So that's part number 1, 2, and 3. Just on that. And now we grab number 4, which appears to be some sort of circle. And it's this piece right here, it looks like. Oh, I see how that goes on. So it looks like it's just the American star symbol. And what needs to happen is it's something a bit tricky. So, yes. So there's these tabs on the inside of this, which first need to be bent in such a way that the star that has slots in it can access it. So I'm just going to use the tweezers. And I'm going to bend these up. There we go. Bend those up. Grab the star, which is now rather difficult to pick up because it's stuck to the very flat table. There we are. Piece of cake. And this star, which I'm not quite sure you can tell is a star, has little slots. And just like the previous flat piece, these slots take these little pins. There we go. There's one. Let's see if I can't get the other. Come on now. Go to where you belong. Come now. There, come on. Honestly, this can sometimes take a little while to get straight. And I must admit my lighting is not the best, but I kind of going more for aesthetic more than functionality, I suppose. Come now. I believe this piece is mainly decorative, so I might be able to just come back to it later. But I'd like to get at this. Come on now. You are so close. That's it. Why do you not want to cooperate, friend? It's quite alright. Just do what your buddy's doing. A little bit of peer pressure never hurt anybody, right? Oh. Oh, I can convince one of them to go in, but the moment it goes on, the other one just refuses to work. Let's see here. Oh, goodness, did I just get both? No, of course not. Come now. Oh, come now. Let's bend those out just a bit more, see if we can get this on, shall we? Right, friend. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's pick this up. Sorry about the jump cut, folks. I was having some difficulty, but I finally got that star on. And after I had done that, I decided I should break out my better tools, which this is actually a set of jeweler's pliers that I bought some time ago. And the same with some jewelry tweezers. And I'll be using all of these tools for the rest of this, since this set seems to be a little difficult. Doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, where were we? Looks like we need number 5, which, according to the instructions, is this piece right here. This is one of the reasons I brought out some of my pliers. Let's grab that. I can use my pliers. Just bend it back and forth on the sheet. Makes it much simpler to remove. That was very easy. And now this one doesn't look like it's attached to much, so I can wiggle it with my hands. And it's loose. There we are. Okay. Now, this bends in multiple parts. It appears there's a few. Each of these lines is a bend that I have to follow. So I will use my set of pliers, and grab the piece, bend it at 90 degrees. Same with this side. 90 degrees. There we are. And now, again, 90 degrees. And again, 90 degrees. Very well. As you can see, this little piece of metal lines up. Now, it appears that this flat with the L5 actually bends at an angle, which is where these come in handy. This set of pliers has a purely flat face, then a rounded face for bending angles into jewelry. And in this case, it'll be especially helpful for bending a curve into this. It appears that this piece is a more of a 45-degree angle. This can be rounded out as such. There we go. And same with this side. Now, little piece. You belong there. Yes. Bend you back into shape. There you are. Okay. Bend this around. And now this is where it gets a little tricky. There's this little tab that hooks into the opposite side. There we are. And I will grab my jewelry pliers. Not the tweezers, those don't work as well. Grab my jewelry pliers and bend this around just so that it locks it into place. There we go. Come on. There we go. Almost. Almost there. There we go. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Now the shape isn't quite right. So we'll go ahead and take the pliers, bend that back into more appropriate shape. Use our hands a bit. Now it's looking a little better. And this is where the lid goes on the top here, with looking like this. Yes. See if we can't attach this where it belongs. Just like that piece there, that piece there, this piece over here. Looks like I need to bend it a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. There we are. And now this front piece actually bends down, which is going to prove difficult, I would imagine. So I'm going to pull it back up. And just with my fingers, I'm just going to bend that down just a bit. Yeah. At about a 45-degree angle. And put the back on first, or perhaps I should put the front on first, since that's the one that's probably going to prove the most difficult, as it's bent at about a 45-degree angle. There we go. Those two on first, and then the rest. Oh, pardon me. And we're getting somewhere. Not very fast, but we are getting somewhere. There we are. Doing this the exact opposite way I said I was going to, but it actually seems to be working somewhat. Imagine there's someone watching this that is like, oh, you're doing it all wrong. But, and if this bothers you how I'm doing this, then, don't let me bother you. I'm purely a novice. Nah, I wouldn't even say I'm a hobbyist. I'm just learning as I go. Learning as I go. Which is how we do life, isn't it? Sure, there's people that look like they know what they're doing, but they're still learning as they're going. You don't have to be the best. Hell, you don't even have to be good. As long as you're learning. Learning how to do something, learning how to do something better. And look at that. It's definitely not perfect, and heck, some people would say it's not even good. But I did it. It's attached. Bam. Wham bam. My name is Sam. There we are. We have most of the turret. And now we break off piece number 6, which is this one right here. which luckily looks like we can just use our fingers and wiggle that back and forth. There we go. And now what we'll do is we'll take our pliers, bend all of these angles 90 degrees, because this is not quite sure what to call it. It's the base of where the barrel is going to go. The barrel is going to slide through the hole in the center of this. And then will be attached to the turret. Let me demonstrate. There's the barrel. There's the hole. Drop that right in. Bam. Now, take this and do oh, actually I'm missing another piece. My apologies. I'm missing piece number 7, which is, I believe, this guy right here. Yes, this is him. Piece number 7. We break him off. There we are. Going to bend him as necessary. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Let's fix that one up again. And there's a tiny little tab here on the bottom that bends. Just like that. Just like that. Right. And that 90 degrees. Very nice. It's actually looking pretty nice. So now, my favorite part, attaching a small piece, a very small piece, to a slightly larger piece with a moving piece moving around. But we'll see. I see where some difficulty arises. So let me bend this piece back up just a bit, just so that I can access it. And slot in the little tabs, just so that I can do this. So I can do this. It might not it might not be good, but learning. Oh, getting somewhere. Trial and error. You might get a couple of scars, you might get a couple of nicks and cuts, because this is some sharp edges. It's edgy. And that is not perfect at all, but honestly, it works. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to push all of these little tabs down as best I can. There we go. Push that one down, take the edge of my pliers, bend it down just a bit, and press it down. There we are. That is attached. Bend that back down. Now this is ready to be slapped onto the front. Slap that right on there. Come here, you. Get right where you belong, please. This is going to be tricky. There's a top slot, and then these little guys on the sides, which is almost going in. Just, oh, it's so close. Come there. Oh, I just had it, and then I lost it. There we go. That's perfect right there. Okay. Come on now. Bend over, press down. Bend that piece, the metal bit over, okay. Bend that metal bit over, and press it down to seal it in place. Take that tab, bend it over just a bit, and press it down just to seal it in place. There we go. Now this ugly little tank has a gun. It is forever pointing upwards, but hey, he likes to shoot at a distance, so that's fine. And now for the body. Okay, so it looks like it's this big piece right here, which I'm just going to wiggle it off in certain places. Looks like some of this has been removed already, so I can just take my pliers and bam. Let's find another piece that I can remove, shall we? Looks like here. Just gonna take my pliers, grab right at the tip, bend it back and forth until it, come on, pops. There we are. Oh, I see a third one right here. Very sneaky, real sneaky. Let's bend him. There we go. Here's a piece of cake. And now it's just these two. So I'm just gonna take this, wiggle it back and forth. Bam. Okay. Now to bend this into shape, I'm just gonna use my fingers for these big sides. Bend them at about a 90-degree angle, just about. And then this front piece actually slides down right on top of the tabs. The pieces I just pushed down. There we are. Push it down just a little further. And we're going to bend, press. Perfect. Grab the tip, bend, and press. There we are. Okay. And now it looks like these front pieces bend up just a hair. There we go. And this back piece needs to bend down. And it hooks into these slots on this side here. Right. And then these back pieces, it looks like they slot again back up into the top. So let's do that real quick. Just grab them, we'll bend those outwards. Just because that'll be a little easier for me. There we are. Push that up into its designated slot. If I may, there we go. Piece of cake. Do that. Now, oddly enough, oh, is that because? Oh, it does. That's very interesting. So it appears that the sides here actually bend down some, and I have not compensated for that. So this is going to be interesting. Might have to break out the. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Let's see if I can't just bend those by hand real quick. Just give them a good hard push. Yeah, it looks like it's bent just a hair. Bend this side down a bit. Push this guy in there. There we go. Very nice. That's slotted, yes. We'll take him and bend him. Take him and bend him. He isn't going anywhere. Now it's got some shape. Look at that. That's pretty neat. And now we need two number 9 pieces, which is going to be these two little guys right here, which I believe are lights. We'll see in a minute when I put them on, see what they actually look like. What they might be. There's one of them. Let's go ahead and attach him, honestly. Now it looks like they bend. Let's see, oh, they have little wings. They're just bent at a 90-degree angle. Grab this guy, bend him at a 90 degree. Bend him at 90 degree, there we go. Okay. And now we'll take this guy. And he slots into one of these two. Like there's one right there. Right there. I'm actually going to use my tweezers for this. Because it's such a small piece. Carefully. Adjust that just a bit. There we go. And slot each side in. Look at that. That wasn't so hard, was it? Tricky part is getting the tabs to bend inwards. There we go. To pinch them real good. The pliers. See if I can press it down. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's a little light. Isn't that cute? Let's go ahead and break off the next. And I do hope you guys enjoy this kind of video. I have this model laying around, and I figured I'd create this video for your enjoyment, which I hope you're enjoying. Just gonna, I do like to know that people enjoy listening to me. And I love all the comments I've been getting. Just knowing that knowing that I'm helping people sleep, or just helping them relax after a long day, and that they enjoy my voice and enjoy watching my videos, enjoying the content that I produce. Because all that positive energy just really makes me want to make more. And, so please, if you really, really want to make my day, leave a comment. Honestly, just saying hi. That, just knowing somebody took their time out of their day to leave me a nice little comment saying hi, that makes me feel really good. Makes my day for sure. Okay. Looks like we're on the back of the front page now. We're on page 3. And it looks like we'll be attaching the top of the turret to the body, which looks like it attaches with just three little pins. Let's attach each of those. Hopefully I've got this lined up in such a way that it'll go in. There we go, there's 2. See if we can't get this first one. Actually, the first one and that third one was rather easy. Much easier than I thought it was going to be. Press that down. Grab the tip, bend it over, press it down. There we go. And on the topic of my videos, I've been really looking into getting a set of Warhammer 40k. Another set, or a set. Been thinking about painting again. I know my last painting video was pretty successful in my eyes. Knowing that people like to enjoy that makes me really want to get another set and paint a few. So if you'd like to see me paint another Warhammer set, please tell me. Knowing what you guys like really helps me out. Right now I'm not, Warhammer 40k stuff is kind of pricey. I'm not exactly in the position to just buy it willy-nilly, but if you guys really want it, I will happily buy a paint set and get to work painting some Warhammer models, because I do like doing it. I really do. It is a lot of fun to me. I love making little stories for my characters, and a little backstory for every character I paint. Sure, yeah, you might paint, a group of 10, different, say orcs, which all look very similar, but to me, they each have a little personality. Orcs are all very similar, but each orc has its own personality in my eyes. Similar, but different. Okay. I just put on what is, I'm not sure what it's called, but it holds up the barrel when it's not being used. So say it's sitting in the motor pool, they'll rest the barrel on something like this. This isn't exactly to scale, I think. I don't think it quite works with a gun per se. But this will bend out a little bit, and the barrel will rest on it, just so that the weight of the barrel, which is rather heavy, isn't solely on the mechanism, which can as you might imagine, lead to bending and warping over time. Just because it's just so heavy. I mean, a big, long steel tube, which is like, an inch or two in wall thickness. It's pretty heavy, So having something solid for the barrel to rest on while it's not in use can really extend the life of the both the barrel and just the tank in general. Now, this light is... This looks a little strange to me, but oh, I see. Because it's a third prong. So I grab this and bend it up somehow. There we go. Okay, neat. Because that's a light for the front. Let's see if I can get that to attach. If I did that right. I'm not entirely convinced I did. How does that go on? Oh, you know what? I was wrong. That is not actually a third prong. It actually pokes out front, which I must say I was not expecting. I can't say confidently what this is then. So I don't know of any lights. Oh, it's not a light. It's a machine gun. So of course it's a little machine gun on the front. Isn't that cute? Why didn't I think of that earlier? It's a hull-mounted machine gun. I don't know if you can see that. It's this guy right here, which is looking kind of silly. Let's bend him down a little bit. And we'll go ahead and pinch him into place. Oh, my cat is over there. Her name is Lucy, and she is the cutest. She's sleeping, being a good kitty. There we go. Making progress. That's where we're going. Now it becomes somewhat difficult. Well, not difficult, but more repetitious. So we attach the walls of the tracks, and we create each of the wheels, and each of these wheels has a little round piece to make them look better. And then eventually put on some of the suspension, and then the actual track itself, which the track is interesting to say the least. And then you attach the body to each of the tracks, and then the undercarriage to the bottom of the tank. So we'll go ahead and get started on making these here tracks, which is probably going to be the longest part, because there's so much involved in them. They're pretty complex. Go ahead and break them out though. Get started. And I do wonder if people enjoy more of my whispering or my, like soft-spoken, kind of like this, where I'm not quite whispering, but just kind of talking a little bit, so if you have a preference, please let me know. I like to keep it, I like to vary it up, That makes me think maybe I should start putting some timestamps. I know I appreciate timestamps of, oh hey, at this time, this thing happens, I don't know. Okay, this track is being a little... There we go, that's better. Okay. Let's go ahead and wiggle him off. Come on now. There we go. Okay. There's both of the track bases. Next we need part number... Oh goodness, there's quite a few. 12 and 13. Okay. Which it looks like there's quite a few of them. So, which part is number 12? 12. Oh, it's these guys right here. It's all these. go ahead and start taking them off. Make a little pile. There we go. Almost. There we go. Drop that there. Grab this guy. Put that there. Wiggle this guy off. Drop him. Wiggle this one off. Which it looks like, I think there was supposed to be a total of 6. Which does look like there is, so I think it's 3 per side, is that right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so wiggle that last guy off. And we'll find part number 13 next, which appears to be these guys right here. Now I strongly dislike these pieces, simply because they're just made of circles, make little cylinders, and since I don't really have anything round to, wrap them around to make them perfectly circular, perfectly round, they kind of look a little funky. But considering they're going to be under the tank, it's not terribly important. Oh, my kitty's so cute. He's sitting over there, being all cute. Maybe I'll do a video with Lucy, just giving her some scratches. I'm sure the cat lovers out there would appreciate that. Lucy would definitely appreciate the scratches. That's all she ever wants. Well, that and food. And to go outside. She loves going outside and chilling on the patio. Okay. There we go. Peeling these off is going to take a while. I've only got 3 left, though. Come here, you. Come on. There we go. Wiggle him off. Okay. Sorry, I had to readjust myself. Get this guy out. There we go. Take both of his sides. Wiggle that out. Drop him on the table. There we go. Grab him, wiggle him out, and drop him on the table. Okay. What's the next piece that needs to happen? Okay, just these. Oh, goodness, excuse me. So, one of these, it will be the left side, which looks like it's this. One of them will be the right, which is this. And now comes the fun part. Attaching all these. So what you do is you'll take pliers and make this in a nice circle as best you can. There we go. Best of a circle as I can make it here. Kind of tricky, but there we go. There's one circle. Let's go ahead and take this guy. Figure out which side is longer. Looks like the other side's longer, so I will take this. And attach him to the inside of the suspension. There's one. Let's see if I get the second one in here, shall we? Come now. Oh, like almost. There we go. Look at that. Fits it nice and snug. Go ahead and bend those little guys. So they don't move. There's one wheel. Sorta, kinda. Not perfect, but close. It doesn't need to be perfect. And we'll go ahead and bend the next piece. There's going to be a lot of this, bending a few of these, because I've got quite a few of these to go through. Okay. Bam. Okay. Take this guy, figure out which side is longer, and I go ahead and attach it. I hope if you're focusing on this part, like if you're paying attention at this point, thank you for sticking around and watching. How are you? I mean, I know I can't hear you, but perhaps you haven't been asked how you are today. And you don't have to say anything. Just think about how you are. You know, how are you feeling? Feeling up? Are you feeling down? And why are you feeling up or feeling down? Did something happen today? Did something happen yesterday? The day before? I hope you feel even better tomorrow. I hope that if you're watching, or if you're not watching, that you wake up tomorrow feeling well rested. And that if you don't, that you can still have the courage to take on the day. Because everyone has a day where they know they got plenty of sleep, but they wake up tired. That happens. That can't be helped sometimes in this crazy world that we live in, with all sorts of worries and such. But I hope I hope you are well rested, and that you can take on the day whether you are or not. I believe in you. I hope you go out and do good things and make someone smile, even if it means just walking by them and saying hello or smiling at someone. It doesn't hurt to share a smile. Hell, it might even make someone else's day. And wouldn't it be nice to make someone's day just by smiling or saying hello? I must say I'm guilty of not smiling probably when I should, and not sharing a smile when I definitely could. And I regret it. You know? Because even faking a smile, oddly enough, it introduces a feeling of happiness into your system. That's how silly the human mind is. So you can fool it into feeling a little bit better, just with a simple smile. So I guess if you smile and they smile back, just kind of as being courteous, you are causing them happiness. Involuntarily, I suppose. Or just out of politeness, causing them to feel happy. This one's causing me some trouble. There we are. I had to focus there for a second. Let's go ahead and fold these two pins down. Oops, I pushed that pin out. That's not what I wanted to do at all. That's quite alright though. Fixed it. Or did I? Perhaps I made it worse. There we go. No issues. So it's not quite perfect, but that's alright. Looks like we have a few more. Let's match these up. I actually seem to be missing just a couple of number 13s. Looks like there's one there, and oh, actually there's a few more there. Two. There's one here. I need, yeah, one right there. Okay. I'll break those out when I need them. Alright. Oops. I grabbed that piece too early. I need to bend this little guy into shape. And if you're nervous about doing something, or you think maybe you don't have an inspiration to do something, you don't have any inspiration to follow art or anything like that, inspiration comes from doing. Inspiration comes from a challenge that you give yourself. So if you're maybe having some writer's block, or just can't feel like you can draw right now, and give it a try anyway. Even if it's nonsense. You know, if you're having writer's block, write a different little story about maybe a pen you have on your table, your favorite pen. Write a little story about it. Just something simple. You never know. Maybe it'll strike your imagination, and strike your inspiration. Because inspiration comes from doing. Just like how I've been looking into coding recently, actually. A little bit of game coding, a little bit of C++. And I'd love to make a game, but sometimes I don't feel like I have inspiration for it. But by doing and following some tutorials and reading through some books, and going through some basic classes and stuff, I'm starting to get some inspiration of, oh, if I do this, then I can do this. If I can learn to do this simple thing, then maybe I can learn to do this complex thing. And I start to feel inspiration just from knowing that there's something I can try, something new I can try, or some new challenge I can try and tackle. And even though it's difficult, I just got to take it a piece at a time. And you don't have to complete the challenges that others set for you. You can leave those for later. As long as you complete your own challenges that you understand, that you don't know the answer to yet, but you know that if you answer them, if you create them for yourself and answer them for yourself, that you'll feel more confident. Feel more confident in what you're doing. Perhaps setting a challenge to yourself to write 1,000 words about something, or set a challenge for you to draw something that's in your room, in whatever style, you're trying to draw it. We are making some progress. We have 3 down and 3 to go. Hope you don't mind the rambling. Just trying to fill this, let's say it's rather boring time, with some conversation, some friendly conversation about, you can do it. I don't know what you're trying to do. But that doesn't matter. You can do it. Perhaps it takes some random guy off the internet to tell you to do it, to convince you that you can. Let's see here. How about you go in that slot, huh? How about you... Oh, I see. It's a little too bent out of shape, so let's go ahead and fix that here. Oh, Lucy, you're so pretty. Pretty kitty. Hi, kitty. You have a nice little nap? Hmm? Oh, she looks so sleepy. Like she just woke up from a good old nap. She's very cute. She's looking around like she... You know, when you wake up from a nap and you kind of forget what year it is. Kind of what she looked like there for a second. She was looking around going, where the heck? Oh, goodness. How long did I sleep for? What day is it? You think cats have a concept of days? They think, oh, today is the 111th day since this event. So I'm sure cats don't have, the day cycle, like the week cycle like we do. That'd be silly. But I think they have some concept of how many days it's been since an event happened. Like, oh, it's been 7 days since they filled my food bowl, or it's been a few days since they had to refill my water. Or perhaps they don't care. Perhaps they're just focused on the simple things in life. Like napping and looking cute. Because that's what Lucy's doing. Living the life. Or perhaps she's having the worst time of her life. Oh, I'm trapped in this house. All I can do is nap all day long. Boo. All they do is feed me. And love me. And give me water. My life is so hard. Cute cat. Almost done with wheel number 4. Getting a little better making these. Getting a little faster. There we go. There's another one down. Another one bites the dust. Bam. That's number 4. Now, the other few pieces need to come off of here. One here. Let's see if I can pinch that off. Come here. There we go. Wiggle him off. Place him down. Let's get these other guys off. Come here, please. And drop him. Grab this guy. Back and forth. Drop him. And one more. Back and forth. And drop him. There we are. Now let's make some cylinders, my favorite. Let's see. I guess I could talk about tanks a little bit. Talk about the Sherman Tank. I know a little bit, not a whole lot. Definitely not any hard facts. Not off the top of my head, at least. Besides the fact that the Sherman was the war horse of the American Army during World War II and beginning of the Korean War. But during the Korean War, they, of course, were phasing out Sherman and we're going into more high-tech and high-tech tanks and stuff like that. As technology progressed and we invented the transistor and wanted computers and everything and stuff like that. Now, of course, they didn't have a whole lot of computers in tanks, at least not until, I don't know, the late 19th century, like the 60s, until let's say like the 70s and 80s. We started seeing things like the Abrams. But of course they needed, they wanted higher technology. They wanted a lighter tank or a more maneuverable tank, or a tank that could just go faster, or be more, handle better terrain. And had, of course, better armor. Of course, the armies around the world didn't stop making better and better equipment to outdo each other. So, of course, after World War II, the Cold War started. Had to be better than the Russians. But back to the Sherman. The Sherman was actually considered pretty weak, I guess you could say, in comparison to the Tiger. I think I'd personally say that the Americans were taking a play out of the late Russian tactics, late Russian playbook, and doing more quantity than quality. Because of course, a Sherman would not be able to take on a German Tiger, oh gosh, or perhaps even a couple, depending on the Panzer model, take on a few of the Panzer models, just because their gun wasn't terribly good. I mean, it was better, definitely in comparison to some of the early Panzers, but late Panzers were able to outgun it. Armor was not the greatest, but I think the most notorious thing about the Sherman is how dangerous it was. Just how straight up dangerous it was. Because if you were inside it and it got hit and a fire started, you're kind of stuck in there. Like, sure, there's the exits, but it can be tricky to get out, and the fires apparently would start pretty quickly. The crew were not in the best spot. So, I think there were definitely a number of variations of the Sherman, such as the Firefly, which I believe the Firefly was considered an anti-tank vehicle. Anti-tank tank. I'm not sure what to call it. It had a bigger gun, but in order to make room for the gun, they had to remove most of the armored top, and I think they had an open air turret. Now, of course, there was armor in front of the gun and to protect the crew, but it was open here on the top. Just because of the bigger barrel and bigger gun, they had to have they had bigger space for the mechanism of the gun. Because you had to reload the bigger rounds and stuff like that. Now it was able to take out better tanks, but it couldn't per se go up against straight up another tank. It had to use more sneakier tactics. And that is the last wheel. Goodness. Oh, hands are feeling a little sore, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of these on. It looks like they go like this. Just go right over these little slots here. That one went in very nicely. That's good. Glad that went so easily. Just pinch these down. Pinch those down. Easy peasy. Look at that. Like butter. Smooth as butter. Doesn't that look nice? Okay. Next, attach these. Come on now. You gonna cooperate? It's a little bent out of shape. See if I can get him back in shape. Come now. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna get them bent into shape. There we go. Bend those down, make it nice and secure. Those wheels ain't coming off. Oh, goodness. This one's bent out of shape as well. I have to correct that. That just won't do. Alright. And, of course, messed it up. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Making progress. Let's see if that's bent into the proper shape now. There's one. My fiance just hit her hand against the wall, I think. She tried her very hardest not to scream. It was pretty funny. But she's okay. And we are getting somewhere fast. Look at that. We are zooming now. Now that we got past those wheels. Those are the most time consuming is all these wheels. Now we can go ahead and throw the next set on this side, which will hopefully be a bit easier. Come now. There we go. Throw that together. Bam. Bam. There's one. Go ahead and attach set number 2. They don't quite line up perfectly, but they get close. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of force them to slot in. And I hope the AC that just kicked on isn't too terribly loud for you. It's quite loud in my house, but my microphone isn't picking it up too much. Come now. Go into your slot. There we go. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Bend those inwards. Bend those inwards. Squish them down. So they are nice and tight on the back, so they hold themselves. And last set of double wheels, which those didn't quite slot in. Let's bend those down because those need to be squished in just a bit. And are you gonna fit? You're gonna cooperate? Yes. Yes, there we go. We're making some serious progress now. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that. Alright. What is next? Next is, of course, more wheels. Because we love wheels. But it looks like these are a little more manageable. They're just some larger wheels. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Looks like we need a total of 2. I think there's one extra on these plates and these sheets. One extra of these little wheels here. Okay, drop that. And we need the wheel cogs. This is the drive wheel. They have the drive wheel at the front, and I'm not quite sure why that is. I think it's primarily just because it's easier to pull the tank forward than to push it, I suppose you could say. So, not to get into physics or anything, but it'd be easier to pull something through mud than to push it through mud. So the top part would be pulled and that would wrap around to the back and go onto the tank, but if you were to push it from the back, it would bunch up into the front. So like, if you're looking at it like this, so it's easier for the track to go like that. I mean, of course, to go forward, you need to move the track like this. The drive wheel here, it pulls the track from this way, pulling the track this way. If you have it here, it's trying to pull this side and push this side. So that's where the issue lies, I think. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm probably lying to you, lying right to your face. Let's see, where does this go? 22. What is 22? Is it this? Oh, this is 22. Shouldn't touch that. What I need is, what piece is this? Looks like it is number 2. 19. Sorry, number 19, not number 2. And this gets bent into a nice round cylinder. And it looks like it slots into itself, so let's go ahead and do that. These are rather tricky because you gotta like bend them in the opposite direction, of course, so that it doesn't come undone, and then flatten it. That's perfect. Look at that. Of course, it's not perfectly round, but gets the job done. There we go. I rounded it out a bit more. Pick up one of these drive wheel cogs, one at a time. Slot that in, slot this in. Come on now. Almost. Okay. It's not quite to size, so I'm just going to bend those in just a hair and see if that fixes it. Watch, now they're going to be too far apart. I mean, too close together. My luck, and you know what? They are. But I got it. Okay. Let's bend those in. Bam. And bam. Easy. And now which side's the front? Probably this side right here. Curved up side. And we'll slot those in and pinch them closed. There we go. Getting there, making some real progress now. Let's go ahead and grab the next cylinder piece to attach the next drive wheel. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Almost into position. And there we are. Let's pinch this guy closed. Pinch that, bend it over. Take our pliers and flatten it. It's nice and secure. Grab the drive wheel cog and attach him there and on the other side as well. Perfect. Pinch those together. There we go. And attach him to the front of the track. If he will cooperate with the other pieces on the board, yes. There we are. Look at that. Come on now. Yeah, nice, very nice. Okay, now for the back wheels, which is going to be, I believe it's these smaller ones. Let's see, can I, because I want to wiggle these out with this piece here. Did I get it? Felt something snap. There we go, I got him. Got that rascally bugger. go around. And plug, insert the slot there. Take the small pliers, pinch the end, bend it around, and seal it. Oops, goodness gracious, gone flying. Okay, and now we will round this guy out just a bit more, so that he fits appropriately with the cylinders, or with the spheres. Circles. They are neither cylinder nor spheres, they are flat 2D circles. Those look great. Let's go ahead and pinch those tabs. Very nice indeed. That pin unfortunately got bent. Bend him back straight. And go ahead and plug him in here. There we are. Bam, and bam. Look at that. It's looking really nice. Quite nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get this next one. Pinch it here. Wiggle him free. Come on now. Out you get. There we go, I think I got him. Yep, got him. Let's go ahead and bend him into a circle. This video is probably incredibly boring, and I apologize. But I suppose you'll be watching this just to relax. Perhaps listen to my voice, which I hope you like my voice. Just to relax. Perhaps you're asleep by now. Now, it appears that I'm having some difficulty with this bending over to seal it closed. But I think I can work with it regardless. Just gotta be really careful. Go ahead and try and get that plugged in, or get that slotted on there. One side's on. And now the other side. Perfect. Look at that. Okay. He's on there. Now let's go ahead and put him on here. Okay. Look at that. Looking fantastic. Now, these look like they're going to be very tricky. But we're giving them a shot. I believe this is more of a suspension. Because the suspension of the tank was definitely not like it is on your average car. It didn't have just a shock that went up and down. The suspension was more like a seesaw, because the tank was, of course, quite long, much longer than an average car. And they weren't going to be, and when they would go over rough terrain, it'd be rolling over them. Kind of difficult to explain. Let's see if I'm doing this correctly. So this bends down. So just go straight across. Oh no, it goes up, which is interesting. So this goes back up, and then this goes back down. Hmm. Quite interesting indeed. I believe this actually goes at 90 degrees just like that. Perhaps. Hmm. Well, I do know that this bottom piece is going to do one of those numbers. Now let's see. Does that match up? Perhaps it's the side that matches up. Yeah. Well, I don't think I did it backwards, did I? This is interesting. It says... Unless I have the wrong side. Ah! Okay, I had it backside. I had the wrong side. Okay, so... I'm not entirely convinced of how this goes on. Oh! Okay, I see. So I had it right first time with bending this like that, that like that. Okay. Now that should fit right about there. Bend that guy into place. And then it looks like this piece stretches all the way down and holds the bottom of that. Holds the bottom of the suspension. Okay, that's pretty neat. There we are. Interesting. Go ahead and bend all of those. Bend those down, bend that down. And now for this little guy down here, I'm not sure there's much I can do because he's stuck, so I'm just going to turn him. There you go. That's neat. Okay. Let's do the rest of them. So, like that. Like that. Like that. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Looks like he goes on this side. Oh yeah, this one went on much nicer. Because now that I know where it goes, it makes it quite a bit easier. You know, I just found out something. It might actually be easier just to twist these little pins so that holds it in place. So maybe I'll try that. I'll try twisting these little pins instead of flattening them down. I think that actually causes them to stay just a bit better. Because instead of being able to slide out if it's at a certain angle, it just locks it. Okay. And bend this one at 90 degrees. There's another one. Looks like it is again for this side. Come on. There we are. Look at that. Couple pliers. Twist. Twist. And twist if I can reach. There we go. Reached in. Twist. Come on now. That's close. Close enough. Just 3 more. Just 3 more of these little guys. It's really getting somewhere now. inching ever closer. But we'll get there. Patience is key. I'm sure you've heard patience is a virtue way too many times. But sometimes you just need to wait. That thing that you want to buy, it can wait. You know, it'll still be around in a month. Maybe a few months. It's not going to go anywhere. Sure, the sale might end. But you'll be in a better financial position if you wait. So, perhaps the sale will mean nothing by the time that you can truly afford it. Plus, sales are just to trick you into buying something. It's to fool you into a sense of, accomplishment, per se. Buying it at such a time that you think is most beneficial to you. When in reality, being able to control your spending. It's definitely what truly puts you in control. Being able to hold yourself back from spending money on that sale shows who's really in charge of your money. Now, if something is free, and it's truly free, then of course, you should definitely jump for it. But if it's a sale, they're just trying to be the ones in control of your money. And you need to realize that. And realize that you need to be the one in control of your money, and perhaps you need to wait. You don't take out a loan. You don't borrow money from a friend. You wait. You stay in control of your money. You tell it where to go. Because the moment you take out a loan or borrow it from a friend, it's not your money anymore. And it was never your money. It was the person you borrowed it from. That's their money. Now, if you don't plan on paying back the friend, then you're just a bad friend. And perhaps you shouldn't have. Maybe you shouldn't even be friends with that person. They shouldn't be friends with you. But I'm getting sidetracked. It looks like I am almost finished with these tracks. All I need to do right now is install this little piece that's going to hold these two together. See if I can reach in there with some tweezers. I can't seem to, with those pliers, to twist it. Come now. There we go. That's better. So it's stuck in there real good. And now we do the same with this side. Starting to come together like an actual tank. Tankity tank. Tankity tank. Just grab that with the tweezers. Nice and snug. Twist it. It's close. Look at that. Looking excellent. And now, we grab the tracks. Which it looks like we are going to need this one. Just go ahead and take off all the tracks. Just twist them out of there. There's one. Oh, this one's a little tricky, but that's okay. I'll just wiggle him back and forth. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Those two. two, and I think one of them is here, yes. Very nice. Oh goodness, and that sounds like there's a couple of crazies out on the road with their motorbikes. That's just very dangerous and reckless. I mean, not only are they putting themselves at risk, they're putting other people at risk. Just going so fast that they're won't be able to pay attention to where they're going. And that is the last track off of the plate. Okay. Now this part's rather tricky, but I think I can do it. So what you gotta do is take one of these and attach it like so. Take that end. Let's pull that nice and tight through the slot. And we'll try our method of twisting it 90 degrees. That'll get it nice and snug and won't come out anytime soon. So let's get it nice and snug through the slot. Okay. Twist it 90 degrees. Wow, it's almost like it's meant to do that. Okay, so now the actual tricky part is finding all the slots that this goes into. Let's take our pliers, bend that over. Actually, so it looks like my method of twisting it 90 degrees doesn't quite work out with these, simply because they have to be bent like in a circle. So okay, looks a little bit better, looking more like a track. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get these slotted on, because these need to look like one continuous string of links. Oh, I'm getting there. This is honestly the part where stuff starts breaking. So I just got to be careful, be forceful, but not too forceful. Okay, there's one. I've got one on. So I'm going to go ahead and take him and twist him. Take, twist. Okay. So that guy's not coming out. There's another one. Let's grab the tab. Twist. Come down here. There's the tab. Twist. Last one. If I get him over that. Twist. Hooray. One track is on. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? And I actually put it on the right way, I think. Well, it's actually supposed to go the opposite way, but who's counting? Let's go ahead and do that. Bend this guy backwards. Make sure he stays on there for one. And pinch him closed. So he won't be coming off anytime soon. Then we're going to bend this into shape. Grab this next one. Pinch it, twist it, or pinch it, turn it, and flatten it. So it hooks it nice. Hooks it nice and tight. And then go ahead, see if we can't put this string on. So unfortunately, I ran out of memory in my camera. as I was recording, and it didn't catch the last part of me assembling the tank. But here it is in all of its glory. It was definitely a challenge to build, but definitely worth it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see future builds of models, please let me know. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.